wife is asleep still. It's about 3:30 in the morning. Yesterday was the last day of my fast, and I'm finally gonna break my fast today. It was a 7-day fast. I went into it thinking it was only gonna be 3 days, but I also wanted to leave it open for God to decide when it should end and how far He wanted me to go. So I knew I was gonna do 3 days minimum, and then I was gonna pray and see exactly when He wanted me to end it. Yesterday was the last day. Praise Jesus, it was the last day. Because those last days I was really thinking about food, having dreams about steak and even crackers, which I don't like crackers, but whatever. So I start every morning with prayer. I've already prayed today. Now I'm going to spend the next hour in scripture. And then after that, I'm going to do some work. I'm going to go hit the gym. Then I'm going to go to the grocery store. And then I'm going to break my fast. I'm going to make some food and break my fast. So we got a pretty big day ahead of us. Let's get to it. So now it's 5 o'clock, 5:03. We're gonna go hit the gym, get a workout in. Let's do it. Nobody's here. First one to the gym. Finishing up my week-long fast yesterday. I didn't just give up food. I gave up going to the gym. I wanted to make sure that I showed God that He was my number one priority, and the best way that I could do that is to sacrifice the two things that I held dearest to my heart, apart from Him and my wife, is my nutrition and going to the gym, my food and my gym. So I haven't been to the gym in an entire week.
So I'm actually glad that nobody's here. I can go enjoy the peace and the quiet in the gym by myself, and let's go get it. Start this week off right. After this workout, we're gonna go right to the grocery store first thing and grab all of our food for at least a couple of days. Maybe, I don't usually shop for the week, usually just a couple of days, because I eat so much that I don't have the space to store everything for an entire week. So it's usually just a couple of days that I do the shopping for. So we'll go hit the grocery store after this.
Probably the number one question that I get asked by people is, what kind of protein powder do I use? What's my post-workout shake look like? And my response usually shocks them, because I don't drink protein powder. I don't use protein powder at all, really. And I don't even use a post-workout shake. You know, sometimes if I'm craving a shake, I'll make a homemade shake with my own whole ingredients, like, you know, egg whites and oats. But I actually don't use or take or drink a post-workout shake, because I like to eat my nutrition. I prefer to eat my nutrition, and I'm not somebody who subscribes to the notion that you have to immediately consume protein or carbohydrates, whatever macros you want. I don't believe that you need to actually consume it immediately after your workout. That's just me. I've been bodybuilding and working out since 2002. And me personally, I've tried it all different ways, and I don't see any difference in my physique when I shove protein, whey protein down my throat right after a workout, or even, you know, right directly after my workout, a homemade shake. I feel better, I look better when I eat all of my nutrition. So just thought I'd share that with you all. 6:03, we're leaving the gym. We're gonna go to the grocery store now. Almost in. So I'm on my way to the grocery store, thinking about the nutrition that I want to put into my body for today, because I'm coming off of a week-long fast and no food, just water and salt. And I'm not gonna inhale a bunch of carbohydrates like ice cream and donuts and pizza like I want to. I'm going to, the first meal that I'm gonna have, I think I'm gonna have a steak, a New York strip grass-fed steak, and I'm probably gonna have like 8 eggs with that, 8 whole eggs, farm fresh. And then a couple hours later, I think I'm gonna have some cheeseburgers with some bacon. And then I'm not sure what I'm gonna have after that. My wife made some PF Chang's lettuce wraps for our family get-together that we went to yesterday after church, and those smelled pretty darn good, so probably gonna have some of that today too. And like I said, probably not a whole lot of carbs. Maybe I might make some sweet potato fries in the air fryer for like later on, but I don't know. There's something about the idea of only consuming protein and fat after a fast that's just really appealing to me. Just, I kind of want to do it, you know. I'm definitely craving junk like sugar, but that's just because I'm a pretty big sugar head. When I have feeder days where I go crazy with the carbs that I have, because I'll go two good weeks, 2 God-honoring weeks of healthy food, and just the little bit of carbohydrates that I do eat on a daily basis. Those are carbohydrates that come from mostly sweet potatoes, but sometimes I'll eat blueberries and sometimes I'll eat oats. But usually I'm getting my carbs from the sweet potato source. It's my favorite source of carbohydrate when I'm eating clean. After that, it's the blueberries. It's my second favorite, and then my third favorite is oats. Sometimes those get changed around a little bit depending on, you know, how much I've been eating of the other. And then on the feeder days, when I'm taking in like 10,000 calories and I'm taking in less protein, still hitting some protein marks, but not, you know, not over consuming protein, because I'm over consuming carbohydrates, and it helps keep me sane. I call them celebration days, those feeder days. My wife, I usually take her out to dinner and lunch, and we make it like a date or whatever, because, you know, I don't have to, you know, sweat what I'm about to eat, or hitting all my macros, or staying under calories, and, you know. But on those days, I definitely lean heavy into the desserts. She'll even, like, sometimes I won't even look at
potato, regular potato. You know, I'll crave French fries every once in a while. I'm a French fry guy, but for the most part, I am a dessert guy. I love donuts. I love ice cream, cake, you know. Oh man, we make these chocolate chip cookies that are out of this world. We make them from scratch. We also just recently made a batch of homemade peanut butter cookies that were pretty darn good. And so yeah, I am definitely a sugar guy for sure, and my wife will have some delicious food. Like, she'll make a delicious sandwich, a BLT, baby, from scratch, using sourdough bread you get from the farmer's market, or she'll make her own sourdough bread, all fresh ingredients. And I'll be honest with y'all, it smells amazing. It smells so good, but I don't want to, like, I tell her, I'm like, you know, no thank you. It smells great, but if I'm gonna eat carbs today, you know it's gonna be sugary carbs, baby. You know I'm gonna eat that ice cream, because, ooh boy, 4 pints of ice cream. Hate to see me coming. I was keeping Ben & Jerry's in business when I was doing a dirty bulk. I'm telling you that right now. It was like a pint of Ben & Jerry's every night. And then I got hooked on, can't remember what it was called. Talani, maybe it was Talani, something like that. Like, there was Haagen-Dazs, a little bit of a Haagen-Dazs dance. That was also pretty darn good. Just different flavors, you know. Different brands have different flavors. But all right, we're about to head into the store now, talking about all this talking about all this good stuff. Well, not good stuff, but you know what I'm saying. And now I got to go in there and make sure that I only pick up the goods, the real goods, the red meat. And Jesus gave us bacon, all right? Jesus gave us bacon in the new covenant. Old covenant, no bacon. New covenant, bacon. So I am going to eat some bacon today, because I'm a big cheeseburger guy as well. Probably get some cheese, you know. So it's going to be a great day. And then on maybe Friday, I'll do a date night with my wife, take her to lunch and dinner, whatever, and then I'll start eating some carbohydrates, like the stuff that I've been craving, like the sugary stuff, like ice cream and donuts. And so I'll look forward to that on Friday. But we're gonna end this fast today. We're gonna break our fast with all good stuff, you know. We're gonna use red meat, eggs. I always recommend eggs to everybody. Eggs, incredible source of protein, the best source of protein. It's got so many good things about so many healthy things about it. You know, the aminos. Oh, eggs are incredible. We're gonna eat eggs, steak, hamburgers, cheese, and bacon today. That's where we're gonna operate. And then like I said, that PF Chang's my wife made. I'm gonna try some of that too. You know, she's an incredible cook. It's insane. So let's go get these groceries. Oh, Talenti. Yeah, Talenti.
able to eat as much as before.
Well, that's why I'm only eating one steak. That'll do, girl. Slightly overcooked it. It's still going to be delicious. My first bite of steak. So I definitely didn't just get really sick. So me and Dexter are going on a bye-bye ride right now because he needs his nails trimmed. Right, Dexter? He needs your nails trimmed. So we're gonna go to the vet and get his nails trimmed. Here we are at the vet. We're gonna get Dexter's nails trimmed, aren't we, Dexter? There's another dog outside, so I thought I'd give him a minute because Dexter doesn't get along with other dogs. He doesn't get along with them at all. He loves people for the most part, but other dogs he's not so cool with. Come on, let's go bye-bye. Come on. We're going bye-bye. Up, up. No, up, up. Go. Up, up. All right. Back home in the office. It's about 10 a.m. right now, so I'm going to do some schoolwork. I'm going to work on some things in the office before I ship out eBay orders. Apart from eBay fitness, I'm also a certified minister, and I'm currently in 3 ministry schools to go through my licensing level. So I've got plenty of stuff on my plate, and I want to reiterate that I definitely did not get very sick after I broke my fast and ate all that food. I feel great. I got some work to do in the office, and then we're going to ship things for eBay and head to the post office and mail those items out. This is my totally organized and very calculated inventory structure. Everything is neat and organized, and I definitely know where everything is. It's not a mess at all. Today, we're going to be shipping out these Sailor Moon VHS tapes. They sold for $50 plus shipping in an auction, and so we're going to ship those out. So we got to grab these. I also sold some cologne, but I'm going to ship that tomorrow because I want to get a better box for it, and my wife has more experience with shipping stuff like that. She'll probably want me to like triple wrap it in bubble wrap and I don't know, maybe seal it in concrete, but I'm gonna let her help me with that tomorrow when I get a better box. For right now, we're gonna ship this Sailor Moon lot. I like to do my best as far as shipping in recycled boxes because there's so much waste and garbage in the world. And plus, why would I just toss this away or whatever when I can definitely just use it for shipping myself? When these originally came out, they came with a special trading card, Sailor Moon limited edition promo trading card. These were not included, like the trading card was not included with these, but these are pretty hard to find and definitely collectible. So I had it listed at $50 with a buy it now of over $100, and I ran the auction twice. It finally sold the second time I ran this auction, so super cool. Hopefully the person really enjoys it. I've had it in my collection for a while and just finally got around to, you know, parting ways with it because I've got way too much stuff. So we're gonna ship it out. We're gonna run to the post office. brush, brush. All right, now we'll go over here to this little box of stuff, and we will look for a sticker to put on it. I like to add stickers to the top because I think it's fun. Fun when you get something that's got a sticker. This looks like a cool one. Look at that. Yeah, there's a sticker. Let's use this one. So we're gonna put this sticker on this puppy right here. And yeah, that'll do it. Just adds a little something to the package, you know what I'm saying? Just a little zhuzh, just a little pizzazz, just enough to make it really sparkle and pop. So we just got back from the post office. It was super busy as usual. Right now, around the time people were going, it's 1 o'clock and people were just rolling out of bed and they just getting to going and getting their errands done and stuff. And boy, howdy, it is 95 degrees. It is so hot, so I'm gonna run inside and probably start making some lunch or something. Even though I got sick earlier.
Because you want that adventure. You want to leave that normal life behind for a moment, fly across the world.
Your whole hand.
Yeah.
What?
No. Good. You don't want any camo pants, do you? It is just about time to go to bed. I'm going to make another steak. I just ate a little more bacon. And then I think I'm going to call it a day and get some sleep because I'm very tired. But it wasn't a bad first day back eating, and so definitely satisfied with everything. I did get a little sick, but that's to be expected when you are doing a fast, because your entire digestive system gets shut down. And so when you do a fast and then you eat again, your body's like, what's going on? I don't know how to deal with this. This is not for me anymore. I've moved on from that. That's not who I am anymore. But it was a very good day. We got a lot of stuff done. That's what happens when you wake up at 3:30. You can get a lot of stuff done. I always feel really awful when I don't wake up at 3:30 because I don't get as much stuff done. So, I'm very tired. But when you wake up at 3:30, you go to bed earlier. I was fasting. A couple nights ago, I had a dream. And in the dream, I was at a social gathering or something like that, and in this apartment, and all of a sudden, somehow, some way, I don't know how, it just so happened that I was chewing all of a sudden. I was chewing crackers, which, I mean, I don't eat crackers. So it's all weird anyways, but all of a sudden I realized, I was like, holy crap, I'm fasting right now. I can't eat this. I can't eat these crackers, but I was thinking these crackers taste pretty darn good. And so I spit the chewed up cracker out or whatever, and I felt really bad because I was like, I'm supposed to be fasting. I don't know why. I don't know who threw those crackers in my mouth, but I can't take the blame. And what else? There's something else. Oh, there was steak in my dream. I ended up at my parents' house somehow, some way, at night, and they had a bunch of steak in their kitchen. And I was like, I'm gonna eat some steak. All of a sudden, I don't know. I just wasn't thinking about the fast anymore, or I don't know what was going on. It just wasn't in my mind or something. And so I was like, I cannot turn down this steak. It was mid-rare. Oh man, so delicious. So I go to get a plate, and all their dishes are in a drying rack, right? So they have to be clean, yes? They gotta be clean. So I grab a plate and it's filthy. I'm like, what? So I put it back, or set it to the side or whatever. I grab another plate and it's filthy. I'm like, these are the clean dishes though, right? So what's going on? Talking about the clean dishes here. And then I think, okay, maybe I'll just use a Tupperware lid,
because those are really easy to clean, and who could mess up cleaning that? So I grabbed the Tupperware lid, and it's dirty. I said, what is going on here? It's not not one single clean dish in this house. These are supposed to be the clean dishes, dude. But I was so hungry. So I had to start thinking, like, am I gonna sacrifice cleanliness? Am I gonna not be myself, and I'm gonna like use dirty plates and stuff? But I was hungry, so I start going through all the Tupperware lids. I'm like, there's a Tupperware lid that I can use. And I keep grabbing them, and they're all dirty. All these Tupperware lids are dirty. And I'm just looking at the steak. I'm looking at the dirty dishes. And it was like a weird tennis match back and forth until finally I found one Tupperware lid that was just like, okay, this is gonna pass for usable. So I'm gonna grab that one. And then I loaded it up with steak. I go in for the steak, that delicious little bite ski. I go in and I'm about to taste the sweet steak. And right when I go to take a bite, I wake up. And I thought, honestly, good. Thank goodness, because I'm fasting, and this is not something I'm doing to get through, you know? I'm not like, oh, I got to get through this. I'm doing this for a reason. This is for God. I'm doing this to get close to God, to honor God. I'm not trying to get through it. I didn't load up on food before I started to get through it. I wasn't praying to him during the fast to get through it. I wasn't praying for strength to get through it. I was just praying to him, wanting more of him in his presence. Wanted to get to know him better. I wanted to be more like him. I wanted him to search me and expose every area that I needed to work on. I wasn't trying to get through it. As a matter of fact, I extended it. It was only supposed to be like a 3-day fast. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually not going to make this like a 3-day marker. I'm going to do this for as long as I can. I'm going to pray to him. I'm going to let him decide when this is going to end and how long this is going to be. So I'm going to just do this as long as he wants me to do it. And never once did I think, man, I wish this was over. And actually, as a matter of fact, I was like, I will keep on crunching. I'm going to keep on doing this. Just tell me when to end it. I will do it. There were a couple moments where I was like thinking about, you know, donuts and pizza and stuff. I accidentally clicked. I very stupidly clicked into some like food reels, just because that's the type of stuff that I like to chill with. I like looking at all the food and all the stuff like that. And especially when you're like, I started doing that when I was doing a 14-week bodybuilding cut, which was very low carbohydrates. It was like less than 100 grams. And then like towards the end of it, it was like 20 grams of carbs or whatever. And I would do that. I would eat clean for 2 weeks. And then I would have a feeder day, which is a day where you can eat whatever you want. And on that day, I would go crazy, absolutely nuts with carbohydrates and sugar and fats and all those things. But leading up to it, like usually a couple of days, the week before my feeder, that's when I would start to think this is coming up, man, and I'm going to start preparing myself because I want to figure out, get in the right headspace, figure out what am I going to eat on that feeder day. So I would go and I would look at all these reels with the foods and all the good foods and ice cream and, you know, stupid videos like that. That's just like delicious foods that are not good for you. And I would just watch those and I would just, I would imagine like, okay, so it's going to be a heavy donut day. I'm going to have to stop and get some ice cream and maybe some fried chicken. It usually, the thing that never changed usually was I would always get pepperoni pizza, and I'd get donuts and ice cream. Those were the three that never changed. And then I would do other things like go to different restaurants and things. And then maybe it would be like a lasagna, or maybe it would be like, it'd be like fried chicken or something. But those three parts just never changed: the ice cream, the pizza, and the donuts. But yeah, that whole week I would just watch those videos. Not the whole week, but most of the week. Like on a Tuesday I'd probably start, because I knew I was going to have that feeder day. And I would just, people thought that it was like torture, but honestly it helped me get through the week, and I liked it. And so I did fall into that habit for like a heartbeat during my fast, and I watched some of those, but I didn't get stuck. I realized what I was doing, and I was like, this isn't, like, I'm not trying to get through this, and I'm not trying to, like, this isn't a diet, right? This isn't a diet, and so I don't even need to be looking at this content right now. I want it to all be about God, fasting the gym, fasting food, and that goes for like those reels too. Like I shouldn't be watching those. I should be reading the Bible, and I should be praying to Him. I should be, if I'm gonna consume content or anything, it should be His. So, let's go check on the steak. Probably gonna throw it on the grill. By the grill, I mean throw it in the skillet, and then that'll be my last meal for the day. And then I'm gonna go to sleep. So I don't know if I'm gonna record anymore. This video might be long, but it is a day in the life. We got a lot of stuff done. We went to the gym first thing. We worked out again later. We went to the post office, we shipped, we listed items, we went thrifting, went to the thrift store, did chores. The chores weren't shown. Ate foods, studied, did homework. We did all of that stuff. So don't ever let somebody tell you that you can't do something, or that you don't have enough time in the day to do something, because you got the time in the day. Like, I'm just not sitting on the couch watching television. That's all. And it's not a sacrifice to me, because I don't, maybe if I'm watching something with my wife, like that's cool, but I would rather spend my time doing something productive that's gonna like make me a better person or make my life better as a whole. So it doesn't seem like much of a sacrifice. But if anybody's telling you like you can't go back to school, or you can't get in shape because you don't have time to go to the gym, you don't need to go to the gym. You can work out at home. My second workout was at home. You've got time. It's just, what are you going to prioritize? What are you going to give up? What are you going to replace it with, right? So, I mean, I have plenty of clients, and the plan that I created for them was a 15-minute at-home workout plan. And you're telling me you got 24 hours, you can't carve out 15 minutes to get healthier, to look better, to feel better, to extend your life? You're telling me that? Come on, man. All right, but thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Let me know how my day compares to yours. A tattooed bodybuilding pastor who's got an eBay hustle on the side. So, catch y'all later. God bless you.